In this video, I'm going to be going over the best creature for every map in Ark Survival Evolved. Basically, just going to be going through all the maps and going over which creature is the best overall for each of those maps. I also want to mention that creatures only count for the ranking if they spawn on that map. So if the creature doesn't spawn on that map, then they're not going to be considered for the best creature on that map, because it's just basically all the creatures that are on that singular map. First off, we have the island, and I think this one was a pretty easy pick, and it is the RG. This one is all around extremely useful. It's a great flyer. It has a ton of weight, ton of stamina, and it has weight reductions on things, as well as you can pick up dinosaurs, which is useful. The only other creature I would consider is the Rhino, which is amazing flyer, but it is really hard to get in late game. And overall, I think the RG can just be more useful. Next, we have the center, except for this one is going to have the same exact reasoning, and it is the RG, because there's no new creatures on the center, as well as I'm pretty sure the Rhino is not on the center, so that makes it pretty obvious that the RG would be the best pick for this map, for the same reasons as the island, just overall great. Next, we have Scorched Earth, which is completely different to all their other maps, and it introduces the Scorched Earth DLC creatures. So this one is going to be the Wyvern. The Wyvern is my favorite creature in the game, and I love using it on this map, but of course the Wyvern is a really good flyer. Pretty fast, has tons of weight, and can kill pretty much anything you need to on the map, making the map pretty easy once you get the Wyvern. Obviously, the Wyvern is going to be great, and it's going to be the best for this map because it was kind of designed to be the best creature on the map, because there's not really any other flyers that would compete with it, other than the RG, of course, but I think the Wyvern is more useful on this map than the RG is. Next, we have Ragnarok, which I'm going to pick the Griffin as the best creature on this map. This one was kind of difficult because, of course, this map does have RGs and Wyverns, so those are all great picks. But I think the Griffin was a really good one for this map, mainly because it's so big, and the Griffin can do the dive ability and go really fast as well. It's extremely quick for getting around the map and exploring the huge map that is Ragnarok. And overall, it's got some pretty good stats as well. Good stamina, good weight. It's overall a really good flyer. It would be really great for this map. Next, we have Aberration. I think this is probably the easiest pick of all of them, and it is the Rock Drake. The Rock Drake was pretty much meant to be the main creature for this map. It's really hard to get, but once you get it, it pretty much makes the map insanely easy. It's basically just designed to traverse the entire map, fly around, glide. You can like stick to walls, boost forwards. It's got tons of weight. You can kill stuff really easy too. It's pretty strong as well. It's just overall like fantastic for this map. So obviously, it's going to be the best creature on Aberration. Next, we have Extinction, which I didn't really have any ones that like completely stood out to me, but I think the Snow Owl, if any of them, would be it, because the Snow Owl is a great flyer. It can dive, so you can get around really fast as well, but it's kind of like the RG. It's got some really good stats as well. It doesn't have those weight reductions, but I do think the ability to dive, as well as just being really fast, as well as you can heal stuff with it using the ice ability. It's also got the infrared vision too, if you want to use that, but overall I think it's a great creature and is really good for Extinction. Next, we have Volero, which the Volero creature is going to be the Wyvern. The reason the Wyvern is it, because mainly there's not any new creatures on this map that are really good overall. The Deinonychus is a good creature when it comes to like boss fighting and killing stuff, but overall creature is not the greatest. I wouldn't use it all around to travel and stuff like that. But the Wyvern is still really good, and it is, of course, on this map. You get the Ice and Fire Wyverns, as well as you have the RG, which could be a pick, but I think the Wyvern, I would rather use the Wyvern than an RG on a map like this. After that, we have Genesis Part 1, and this one was a really easy pick. Basically, the Bloodstalker is easily going to be the best creature on this map. You can't use flyers on this map. They do spawn, and I'm pretty sure you can tame them, but you cannot ride on them or fly around. As well as you can't use a tech suit either, so this is pretty much the only mode of transport that isn't just walking around. And it is extremely fun and is really fast. You can just like swing around the whole map at insane speeds, as well as it's just great overall for doing pretty much anything you need to in the game. Once you get the Bloodstalker, it makes Genesis Part 1 way easier. After that, we have Crystal Isles, which is going to go to the Crystal Wyverns. The Crystal Wyverns were made for this map, and overall, they're really good. I mean, they're just like Wyverns, except for they have the 3 new versions of them, the Tropical, Ember, and Blood Wyverns, which are all really fun to mess around with. The Tropical one is good for travel, of course, because you can get that water boost and go really fast. So these things are great for getting around this map, which the map is absolutely huge, so that is a good bonus. As well as overall, they're just good creatures, and they're pretty much designed for the map, so they're going to be the best creatures on the map. Next, we have Genesis Part 2, and the Genesis Part 2 is going to go to the Maywing. Now, this one map is a bit different because you spawn with a tech suit and you can just fly around, but even with that, the Maywing is still absolutely amazing. It can basically go like a million miles an hour, as well as having some good stats as well. You can use it for raising babies and getting imprinting on them, which is another useful feature of it, which also makes it great. But you can just go so fast and you can get around the map so quickly. There's pretty much no other option for transport when it comes to the Maywing. It's so fast, and that's why it's going to be at number 1. Next we have Lost Island, and it's easily going to be the Maywing again. They put Maywings on Lost Island, and they're easily the best for doing pretty much anything you need to on this map. I know when I played Lost Island, I mainly used the Maywings to do pretty much anything I needed to. Obviously you can't kill stuff with them, but other than that, they're great. You can fly around this map. The map is absolutely huge, so being able to get around it pretty much instantly with the Maywing is extremely useful, as well as just going around, holding, carrying weight, all that. It's great. And finally, we have Fjordur. This one was a harder one to pick. I'm going to pick the Despotus, though, the giant bat thing. Now, this could easily go to the Maywing, because the Maywing is on this map. But I know when I played Fjordur, I ended up using the Despotus the most out of all the creatures. And I think it's pretty good. It's kind of like the Snow Owl when it comes to movement. It's really fast. It's got that dive ability, where you can go around really quickly with it. But it also has that Sanguine Elixir, which you can use to get 30% taming on stuff, which is insanely useful. It can also get blood packs from killing stuff as well, which is another useful ability. It's overall a great flyer, and I think is probably the best for Fjordur, even though you could argue the Maywing is the best, but I like the Despotus. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. Also, make sure to comment. Let me know what you think the best creature for each map is, or if you do anything different. But thanks for watching, and bye.